This program is proudly sponsored by DT's Hotel, where every colour of the rainbow drinks. Corner of Hyatt and Church Streets, Richmond.
There's a look that's in everyone's eye. Now the waiting, the anticipating is over, 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 over. Put your boots and get out in the sun. Summer's here and we're gonna have fun. Your days are past and at last you can really feel free. And you can run in the sun having fun with the one that you really love. Walk in the sand.
Yeehaw, and welcome to this, our second show for the year 2001. And it's a huge show this week. We have the boys from Corpus Christie, who are sitting either side of me here right now, Paul Vout and Andrew Hall, who are coming in to talk about how their week's gone this week. Let's introduce our Squealers today. We have some special ones, as well as our usual family members. Troy, how are you?
Good, I thought you were calling me the special one.
Well,
then.
you're a special one. A special test pattern hairdo.
Lovely.
Changes every week. Miss Penelope.
Hello.
Hello, how are you? Welcome back. Now, we were talking before the show. It has been 12
it's
months.
Been a whole year.
Can
since
you
I've been
believe
on
that?
Twitter. And it seems like I was only, the other week waiting. And then I was on. And now I'm back again, waiting.
Well, we're going to see a little bit more because Penelope's going to be doing a performance.
You're going to see a bit of my snatch ladder, aren't you?
Oh, fantastic. We look forward to that. Now, up on news desk, Mr. Director, we have Robert. Hello, Robert.
Hello.
How are you?
Well, thank you.
Nice haircut.
Thank you.
Welcome back. And sitting right next to Robert, down a little bit, is the one and only Miss Tabatha Turlington.
And I have to say a really big hello to all the boys at Port Phillip Prison. Hi guys! Well, we get a lot of mail from them. It's lovely to have you watching every week. I just hope hands are above the bed.
And of course...
Oh, and Danielle, hi.
A natural beauty herself, Monique. Hello.
Hello.
How are you? Good. Yes. Of new haircut as well.
And a new haircut.
New haircut as well. All right, let's get on with it. We have Paul Vout and Andrew Hall. Andrew plays Matthew in the production of Corpus Christie, and Paul is the producer of said production. How's your week been?
Yeah, it's been a little bit interesting.
Yeah.
I guess it's been a while since I've had a few bomb threats and protesters and threatening phone calls. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it keeps life interesting.
Pretty full on.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, unless you've been living under a rock, you would have heard about Corpus Christie, which is a play that opened as part of the Midsumma Festival for this year. There was a small protest on Wednesday night. I do say small. I actually was lucky enough to go along and see the production, which was wonderful. And there was a little group of Muslim people over there with their little doilies and their little beards, and I'll probably get shot for that. And then there was a little bunch of pensioner Christians, which was really cute as well, with their little Madonna and her ivory cross. The executive producer and I hung around outside waiting for these people to harass us. Nothing. They were more interested in talking to the camera crew. So it was very disappointing. And we came out and they weren't even there in the end.
They're camera hogs.
But you were saying that there was an article in the paper that likened the Muslim men to a bunch of a cartoon character, in the South Park cartoons, how they all... and when I went, there was this buzz. It was like, there's like underneath buzz. It was really quite funny. How's it been for you this week?
It's been great from a performance perspective to have gotten through all of the stuff and the junk that's been going on and get the show up, get people coming and seeing it and loving it, and finally it's not about the junk anymore.
That's right.
Yeah. What is the show actually about? Give us a bit of a rundown of what it's actually about.
What's your message?
To cause all this
message of love. It's a retelling of the passion story of the Jesus story, with the bent that the Christ figure in this production called Joshua is a gay man, as is Judas. There's some discrepancy as to whether all the other apostles are or whether just some of the other apostles are. And that obviously is where the furor is coming from. Because he couldn't have been, could he?
No.
Not something that vile.
I mean, I know I've always had a strong belief, like with Madonna, a lot of this bad press that they do about, like with her and they have done with like your play, it actually gives more awareness to, you know, that you're actually out there, and probably puts you more in the public eye than what just your normal day-to-day, you know, advertising would do.
Oh, absolutely. It certainly hasn't hurt.
You couldn't have asked for a bigger advertising budget than the national news, for God's sake.
I mean, you can't buy time on 5 national channels, can you?
That's right. Well, and apparently anyone that has gone along to the play has been cursed. I haven't felt it myself. But it's true. They asked God Almighty to curse all those who assisted in this filthy act.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Obviously, they must have had a bad line to heaven because we survived. So
absolutely. The play goes until the 2nd of February?
4th of February.
4th of February. Yep, okay. And tickets are available through?
The Athenaeum or Ticketmaster.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and how are the shows selling? Are the tickets still available?
Selling very well.
Yeah.
Selling very strong. Obviously, the first few nights were sellouts.
Yeah, it was packed when we were there.
Yeah, sales are pretty healthy, but people can still get tickets.
Now, are they still lobbing at the front? Or?
Oh yes. Well, I think Friday was a holy day, so we lost part of our friends, a number of our friends.
And are you religious at all? Have you got any sort of like belief in religion or anything?
I was raised Catholic, but I have my own interpretation of
and I think that's all they need to understand. Everyone's entitled to their own interpretation.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Was this picked specifically for Midsumma? Like, was this?
Well, we just thought, you know, it's a very important play, and I think all of us know people who have a struggle between sort of coming out and their religious beliefs, and we thought this was just a very important play to do because I think it sets that right.
Well, there are so many people that brought up, even like, let's say Greeks, Italians, whatever, Muslim, Jewish people, that they're so brought up, brainwashed, or it's knocked into them. You cannot be gay if you're this religion. You cannot be gay if you're this religion, and they're so like fucked up because they want to do what they want to do, but they can't because they keep thinking. Do you know what I mean? It's always in the back of their head. They're like, which is silly.
All right, I hate to cut into this because it's a great and also a very personal one for me as well, having 8 years of religion rammed down into my head. I'm Muslim.
There is life in the word.
In the word, Joycey, baby. We are going to Robert now, and he's going to fill up. Go to Robert.
Hello. Bit of activity on commercial television last week with the gay man in Swan Hill. He has been forced to leave town after proposing a gay and lesbian health forum and cultural festival for the town. Scott Wheatland had the idea for the festival, which would have featured the launch of a survival guide for country-based members of the GLBT community after a friend who could not face coming out in a country town committed suicide. When announcing the proposed festival, Wheatland stated that it was not true that rural communities are made up of narrow-minded, intolerant rednecks. Unfortunately, the behaviour of some people in the town contradicts this. After experiencing abuse and seeing his once successful restaurant fail, Wheatland has been forced to move to Melbourne. Wheatland's parents also live in the town, and they plan to spend the rest of their lives there. However, they too have become the target of personal abuse and are now considering leaving their hometown as well. A bit closer to home, the Glasshouse Hotel, which is Melbourne's only full-time lesbian venue, closed last week and will be put on the market. So nowhere to go anymore. The owner cites falling profits for the sale. Thank you.
Yes, and apparently lesbians don't drink as much as us puffs, so there's something for you to think about as well. Now, boys, the main message that I got from this play is that we all love each other, and that's what it's all about, loving mankind and allowing everyone to have our differences. We're going to go to see some footage now, not of your production, unfortunately. This is of Bison, which is also playing as part of the Midsumma Festival, which some people in the room went to see the other night. Let's go to that now.
And you said I'm in love with me? Me? Don't know.
Amanda Adams. I'm here at the Mechanics Institute in Brunswick with Lachlan Philpott and Alison Campbell. They're with a play called Bison, and we're going to talk to them about what it's all about. So first of all, if you could start off with telling me briefly what the play's all about.
Sure, I'll start. It's about one man who goes through a whole journey of different sexual experiences, and he's sort of balancing the relationship that he's having with a whole lot of other sexual encounters and trying to work out things from that. So the play traces this journey of where he goes.
Okay. What's the significance of the title?
So as it refers to an aspect of the community that I think is fairly interesting, and that is the whole idea of herding, people following each other, people following the same trends, and people trying to aspire to look the same and behave the same. And a lot of the time it's, it could be to a very masculine image, or it could be to aspire to be a drag queen or whatever, but there's sort of a whole lot of patterns that people follow, that gay men follow anyway.
Okay. So is the play relevant to gay women or straight people as well? Is that something that...
I think it is, and that was the response the first time that we did the play, was that the actual things that happen are very universal, and although you're looking specifically at the gay male environment, that doesn't mean that those patterns and emotions and the relationships and the wondering about other things don't affect straight people and gay women. I had a lot of friends who came, gay women, who really enjoyed it and actually could empathise with the character and see the dilemmas that go on. And the straight audience actually really loved it and felt that it wasn't just talking to gay men, it was actually about everybody.
Okay.
I think it's for anyone who's ever had a relationship, there's a lot of things in it.
So it's a good one for everyone to go on.
Yeah.
Okay. I've heard that there's some nudity in the play. Is that truth or?
Well, no, it is true, and I think the difference with our nudity as opposed to some other nudity, particularly if you look at there's a show that's going to be on in Sydney for Mardi Gras called Naked Boys Singing, and that to me seems to be complete gratuitous nudity for no other reason than seeing dick. But yeah, I think our nudity is in the context of the play, so while people can come along just to see a bit of cock if they want to, but I think there's a bit more to it than that.
We can't say that on TV, actually.
You can't?
No.
Really?
That's okay.
Yes, and there we go, and that was some of the people from Bison talking about that, which was, we had some of their rehearsals on last week's show. We are getting a big wind-up because we've gone on a bit. 13 gorgeous guys on stage the whole time. They change in front of you. They play different characters. It's really, really worth a visit down to the Athenaeum to see Corpus Christie. That's it. Thank you very much, guys, for coming in today. And as I said, get down there and support this and make up your own mind. That's what it's all about. When we come back, we've got Kaye Sera and Akash, and they're coming in to talk about the show The Naked Drag Queen, which was also part of the Midsumma Festival, and we're flipping, flopping cameras left, right and centre. Come back to us soon. It's a bit sad, really. We've got to yay and clap ourselves, give ourselves a clap. Here we are back on Squeal, Channel 31, your community station, as our good friend Tabatha would say. And here today, normal television not. Yeah, that's right, normal television not. Here today we have Kaye Sera.
How are you?
I'm very well. Nice to see you. Welcome back.
That's just bizarre being here on BEM TV.
It's very strange to have you here, but welcome today.
It's nice to be here.
It's very nice for you to be. And Akash, welcome.
Thank you so much.
Which I have on good wording is Hindi for sky.
Sort of for sky,
Yes.
or pagan for spirit.
Well, there you go. And you two have been putting on a little bit of a number, a bit of a show.
Tranny drag act.
Tranny drag act?
Yeah.
Yeah, really?
No, because think about Kaye, she's a fabulous musician and she makes me sound like a singer.
Like a singer?
I'm kind of enjoying that part of my life.
Voice. It's something newish for you, isn't it?
I think everybody can sing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I actually think everybody can sing, but the thing, you've got to have somebody musical behind you to help keep you in key.
Yeah, because that's the key, isn't
I'm trying
it?
to sing.
So what have you been doing?
Well, we've been working on this cabaret, which is called The Naked Drag Queen, which is in fact closed. So this goes through on Monday. That's fine. That's good because it's coming back for the comedy festival.
Fantastic.
And I'd love you all to come and see it. All 60,000 people.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
So how did you come up with the name The Naked Drag Queen?
It's actually although it hasn't ended up like that, but it's based on The Naked Chef, who's that really gorgeous British guy.
Jamie.
Yeah, and I was watching that one night and I realised I was watching it for all the wrong reasons, because I thought he was quite good looking. And because the whole philosophy behind his cooking is to strip the recipes back to the core, and I thought, well, wouldn't it be funny to do a show around that, the naked drag queen, to strip drag back to the core. But the thing is, everybody just comes along to see me take my gear off.
Well, that's
which I do.
You do?
I do. I
And she
strip
does it
right
very
down
well
to my little...
too.
So pasties and a G-string?
I can't say.
No, don't give too much away.
Can't give
Don't
too
give too much away.
I take a couple of items of clothing off.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
That's very brave. Would you? I was just going to say, Tabitha, would you do that? And then I thought about, leg waxing. I mean, how many times have we seen Tabitha's crutch on bed TV?
That's right.
Oh, honest to God, more times. She's not ashamed at all. Not ashamed at all. All right.
Oh, my Johnny.
You two, like minds, met at the verging of what crossroad?
Akash and I?
Yep.
You say.
Oh, we're sort of doing a nice a charity gig for a group in South Melbourne. And we basically, I was DJing, and we bumped up there and went, oh, yeah. And sort of started jamming from there.
Yeah, and went on from there.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah. And how's the show gone? Has it been great?
We've had a fantastic response, had an excellent audience.
I'd like to thank all the 20 people that came to our first week.
Thank you so much.
The second week was great, a big audience.
Yeah, and so it was
very receptive, because I think the whole singing drag thing, I think it's fabulous, but I think Melbourne's sort of still trying to get... And it's not... I think mime is great, but I can't do it. I just cannot mime. I'm not a mime artist, but I like singing. And to Melbourne's credit, people have been very encouraging, even other drag queens.
To my memory, in Australia, the only other one that sings live is Julian D. And I've seen her
Mother.
sing. Yeah, she sang at Club Fabulous back in Adelaide, back in the 80s. She sang live there. But in London...
Can you sing, Tab?
In London,
I bet you can, because you've got such a strong speaking voice.
I was actually head chorister at St Paul's, Canterbury for about years and years and years. And also Quest was head chorister at St Paul's Cathedral.
You and Caress doing a live number. We want it! We want it, Caress! We want you and Tabs doing
the choir girls, we can call ourselves, and get back in our cassocks and surplices and start singing out a few tunes.
That'd be fabulous. All right, we're going to go to Robert, who's on the news desk, as we've already said.
No, it's very hard because you're waiting. Because even for drag, it's hard because you can rely on the song if they don't like the performance. But it's hard doing your own voice because you've got to rely solely on that.
It is. It's scary, but the thing is, it's really rewarding because you can play with the lyrics and make the song your own. But are we doing a fill or something? But the Velcro on my shoe just went. I didn't pass wind. If that's what it was. I hate Velcro. I swore I'd never use it.
I've just been informed, and if I read my running sheet, I would know that you are going to actually perform for us tonight.
I would do a number. You do a number.
Bit of a number. You're going to do a number for us. All right. Well, while we go to news desk, maybe you guys want to pop off and get prepared for the number.
Oh, we'd love to.
She just did
do that. All right. She just didn't know that was a Velcro. Okay. Now can we go to Robert? Now we can go to Robert.
Hello everyone again.
Hi, Bobby.
Hi. Entrapment by police has been alleged by a man using a public toilet in where else but Camp Road, Broadmeadows. On arrival, the man noticed a woman in a car and two men talking at the entrance of the women's toilets. One of the men entered the men's toilets and acted in a slightly suggestive manner, rather like our golden boys, I imagine. No, not that suggestive. The man did not act upon this provocation, but on exiting the toilet, the woman approached him, stating she was an undercover policeman, and she claimed, policewoman even, and she claimed that the man had made an advance towards her colleague in the toilet. She demanded to see his driver's licence, and after a bit of fast talking, he was eventually allowed to leave the scene without being charged with anything. Now, before I run out of time, I have to announce this one. The Victorian AIDS Council is urgently seeking volunteers willing to do some safe sex stuffing. That is, people to come in and put together safe sex packs for distribution throughout Midsumma. Sorry, Paul, no. They also need safe sex sluts. You might be able to do this one. People of a more extrovert nature willing to don their glad rags and flaunt yourself around Red Raw and the Midsumma Carnival distributing the safe sex packs. Anyone wanting to do that can call Henry at the Victorian AIDS Council on 98656700. And I did a bit of safe sex stuffing. It's not too bad. They put the radio on and it's lots of fun. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you, Robert. And that sounds interesting. Safe sex stuff. I don't like tight shots because it shows on my crow's feet.
Don't you, Lizzie?
Shut up! Don't make me laugh. I'm going to choke on a jelly bean. All right, we are lucky enough to have a performance of the Naked Drag Queen. So we're going to cross over to that. And Kaye and Akash, take it away, guys.
What goes up must come down. Spinning wheel, got to go round. Talking about your troubles, it's a crying sin. Ride a painted pony, let the spinning wheel spin. You got no troubles, got no hope. Spinning wheel is all alone. Drop all your troubles by the riverside. Ride a painted pony, let the spinning wheel fly. Did you find the directing sign? On the straight and narrow highway. On the straight and narrow highway. Would you mind reflecting sign? The reflecting sign. Just let it shine. Let it shine in your eyes. In your eyes. And show you the colors that are real. I've been happy lately, thinking about the good things to come, and I believe it could be something good has begun. I've been smiling lately, dreaming about the world as one, and I believe it could be someday it's gonna come. Peace train sounding louder, ride on the peace train. Ooh-ah-ee-ah-ooh-ah, come on a peace train. Peace train, holy roller, everyone jump on the peace train. Ooh-ah-ee-ah-ooh-ah, come on a peace train. Come on a peace train. Ride on the peace train. Ride on the peace train. Come on, come on, come on, come on, the peace train. Ride on the peace train. Oh, that's lovely.
Fantastic. And of course that was Kaye and Akash from the Naked Drag Queen, which was part of the Midsumma Festival, just finished, unfortunately. Now, you've got something that you want to share with us.
I have. I've got a little news item here. Aussie Madams face music in the UK. Did you read this?
No.
2 Australian lesbian former brothel madams who led such an opulent lifestyle they rubbed shoulders with the Queen were yesterday warned they face jail in Britain. Now, apparently these 2 women, who also happen to be lesbians, have been defrauding people for ages to the tune of $480,500, $1.1 million, 1.1 million all up, which I think is a fabulous achievement, actually. But I'm just wondering why. I mean, they're in the UK, and they've done all this fraudulent stuff and everything. But why on earth does the article always have to go 2 Australian lesbian former brothel madams? Like, what is?
I'm surprised it doesn't say their age.
Well, it does. Well, it does. If they're 56 and they're 50.
And if I had children, they'd say how old they were too.
It's just a little bit annoying. But how do people get away with this sort of?
How are they defrauding them? What
well, basically, what they do, they just convinced a lot of investors to spend money on business ventures which never actually existed. I wish I could do this.
No, I think they're saying because they're lesbians, it's fair because so many straight people do it. Now only one lesbian.
Oh no, I thought they were saying maybe that actually straight people don't do it, and that's the whole point.
Oh no, thousands of them. Look at Scacey, Bond.
I know, and what's happening there?
Don't start.
These 2 will probably, get cancer and have to stay. Sorry, that's my pace. That's my heart pace.
Shocking state of affairs. Okay.
Answer it. So, there you go. That's my news.
There you go. Today. Fraudulent people. Well, I found this one that I thought was quite interesting. It's a
good one.
I was watching the news, and it was in Canberra. Scientists this week accidentally, I love that word, accidentally created a smallpox-type virus, which they fear could spread development of biological wars. So weapons. Accidentally created a virus. Gee, I wonder if that's happened before, maybe.
They obviously just didn't
Something
clean out their
about-
fridge, did they?
Well, that's right. I mean, yeah. Let's just see my auntie's fridge.
Accidentally
Beeping.
created a virus like that.
Tabitha's getting. We're live online. Tabitha's getting messages on her SMS. Not that you're supposed to have the phone on. But I just thought, that was really quite interesting. That
You know, they can mutate that disease to make it kill people.
You know, it's shocking.
Totally. But you know, that other little virus that gives us all so much trouble. I wonder if that was accidentally created.
If those scientists got together with these two madams,
God
they'd have a
help us.
multi-million-dollar business.
They would, wouldn't they? All right, we are going. Thank you very much to Kaye and to Akash for that fabulous performance. Next up, we have Bruce McNichol coming in from the Melbourne. I can't say that word because
Wankers.
Thank you, my mummy's watching. Come back and see us. Do that. Bye.
Pulling us off. Where's the Melbourne Concert Hall?
Her hands are never cold. She's got Betty Davis. Her hands are never cold. She's got Betty Davis. Honey, I'm freaking out of playing, making up, gotta go.
Yay! And that was, of course, the fabulous Nolan Sisters, which was one of my first records that I ever purchased.
I love them.
Oh, I love them too. Yeah. All right, welcome back. Third segment of Squeal, little show we do for you here on Channel 31, because it's your community station. Which camera am I on, Stephen? That one in the middle, right down the middle. We have been joined by our friend Bruce McNichol. Welcome back, Bruce.
Thank you.
And for those of you that don't know, Bruce is
a wanker.
A self-confessed wanker. Yes. So there you go. And you're here, we discussed before the beginning of the show that the actual event that we were going to talk about today is actually on tonight as you're watching this.
Now.
That's right. So you'll be
enjoying
yourself, having a lovely old time.
Lovely time with all these 90 plus midsummer wanking men.
Is that how old they are? They're 90 years old.
Well, they age from about 18 right through to about 70, I suppose.
Viagra going on there, I reckon.
30s and 40s are the average age, perhaps. Not too many young guys and not too many really old. No, not too many old guys.
And it's a really broad spectrum too, isn't it? You get
very broad, very broad. But they must be a member. They must have a member.
You must have a member.
Yes.
To get in, you've got to have a member.
Yes.
That helps really if you are going to be partaking in any sort of masturbatory efforts. You do need
women do to it. We get quite a lot of women phoning up and asking when they come.
Monique wanted to know whether she could come, and I said you just have to try a bit harder.
So women do go along and
in New York, which operates the same rules. They have a women's men's nights. They call it Jack and Jill night.
Right.
And
that's sweet.
People love it there. But our men have said no, we don't want the women along. We're a bit scared of women in many cases. That's what they say. And we've left our women at home because probably a third of our men have women at home.
Third straight.
Well, you can call them straight. You want to call them. I don't like putting labels on people.
So do they get off on other people masturbating them?
Absolutely. Well, they're masturbating, each other.
Do you know what I mean? It's just a bit strange. Not for me. No, not for me, but just the fact that, these people that they come across, I'm married, I've got wife, got child, but I'll hang out with some guys and we'll wank each other.
It's a fantasy they have and they love it. They phone up and say, can I, come along? Do you accept straight men? And I say, yeah, no problems.
Straight men.
So you've got a couple of rules with this as well. Explain the rules to us as part of the...
No lips below the hips.
No, do you, Paul?
We have our rules here. In fact, we try and keep it really safe as far as sexual diseases are concerned. So there's no effing or something or other, I think, and no arse play, which keeps disease away, because it's very important to particularly married men, but also to a number of people that are coming out into sexual activities with other men for the first time. So it must be absolutely safe. Many of us do other activities, but there we keep strictly to these rules.
So what would you do if you is there someone there that polices that?
We don't need to. We
Red card.
Take 5 minutes.
Sin bin.
But you don't ever get these two guys that are sitting there and they're just like going, we want to get a bit further, and they might go hide off in a corner or something.
We've been going for, 13, 14 years or so, and there was one guy once, we used to have him at people's homes. One guy started sucking someone. Is that allowed? Yes, you can suck someone. You can suck a tomato or something. You can suck someone. And everyone surrounded this person, and eventually the person, what's wrong? And it all stopped.
Smashed his teeth out so he could never suck
in the last 10 years, we've had absolutely no one that's tried to beat the rules.
Do you have any transsexuals going down there?
I imagine, but we don't.
No, with like boobies and pickles.
No, not very.
Because Vivi and I don't do anything Monday nights. So Viv and I might pop down. Hi, Viv, if you want to.
But using that as an example, though, could they then go along?
Well, you're blokes. There's something to play with.
Yeah, they're blokes.
You've got a member.
If you've got a member, no problems at all, surely.
How do you become a member?
Well, you just go along.
Okay, you've got your frequent flyer card.
The important thing is the second and fourth Monday of the month. That the next one happens to be Monday the 12th of March. Monday.
It's going so fast.
Where are we?
Then you just go in and take your clothes off, or is there a bit of chit chat before?
Put them in the locker. We just walk back to the main room, sit around the edge if we want to, but lots of people get straight into it.
Did you draw straws? Who goes first?
And they also, how long do you stay? And I say until you come at least 3 times.
Goodness.
That's a lot of people blow.
Please, excuse me, please. You've got to listen and watch what's going on around you, people.
I'll care about the news desk. And what? when they blow, where do they blow? Do they have to blow in a certain place?
She'd have to have like a doggy bag and go pick it up.
Plenty of paper towels.
Yes, blow on the floor.
Okay. All right. You're going to stop. So just watch for the wet spots. All right, we're going to the news desk. Tabitha, shut up. Go to the news desk.
Hello. Okay, very important news desk for all our viewers. We've got a competition, something a bit unusual. This is a competition open to all current members of Bent TV or anyone willing to become a member. The Also Foundation has kindly donated 2 copies of the Red Raw double CD. Disc 1 is mixed by Mandy Rollins, and this is a full-on club set. Disc 2 is mixed by Thomas the Funk Engine, giving few vocals, some girly numbers, including Lady by Mojo. To win a copy, all you need to do is call our Bent TV answering machine anytime this week, leave your name and phone number, and answer this simple question. Which Australian superstar is also known as the Impossible Princess?
Oh, that's...
Not sure who that could be, but anyway. Call Bent TV on 94194745. That's 94194745 if you think you know the answer to that one. Leave your name, phone number, and if you're a Bent TV member, you'll go into the draw to win the CD. And what else? We've got a midsummer event I'd like to tell everyone about. Obscenes. That's Richard Morrison's colourful artwork at the Gypsy Bar. Richard Morrison's been on a few times to Squeal showing us his colourful artwork. And so that's at the Gypsy Bar, Saturday the 13th of January, so it's already started, going through to Sunday the 4th of February. And it's free. See the Midsummer Guide for the times when that's open. Thanks everyone, back to Paul.
You are bad! You're a bad drag queen! How dare you? We're taping a bloody show, bitch! Can you believe that? You're not coming back! Alright, now, Monique.
Yes.
What a show this is. This is my first show for the year. You've ruined that, bitch! Monique, take away, please.
Well, I'm sitting next to a wanker. Jesus. Jesus. The Australian over there. Tennis Open, yes, I've been a couple of times this year, and a bit of controversy over Venus's top, but I say more of it.
I was going to say, you wouldn't be complaining about that.
No, absolutely. I think there should be a bigger bit of a gap there.
The good thing about it is you can actually pop a balls down there as well.
That's fantastic.
So, they could just be there, which is it's very handy, it's very practical.
It is. It's practical as well as
practicality never goes
astray. And if she happens to flop a tit out accidentally, well,
that's right.
Just hit a racket.
Like that marathon runner at the Olympics that just had her tits everywhere. That was just kind of... Yeah, but
no, you're a fan. Go away. Really? Honest to God, people. Now, all right, well, thank you for that. Yes, I've been watching, we watched Fabulous Pete
Sampras.
the other night.
Paniotti. They make them hungrier.
Hello,
Let's talk about me now.
Let's talk about you. Back to me. All right. Now, you've been doing a little something for Midsumma as well, I believe.
I have.
Yeah? Fill us in.
Well, of course, this year at Midsumma, I'm back. I've been persuaded to come out of retirement, so I'm back, and it's usually we've seen a lot of Tabitha's crutch tonight, but basically the show is a reprise of a very successful show I did last year called A Snatch of Miss Penelope. Only this time it's more of A Snatch of Miss Penelope. So there's more snatch to be seen for Midsumma. A bigger snatch, a better snatch, a snatch filled with fun. And it's on a chapel off chapel. And we're doing it actually as we're going to be donating a lot of the proceeds to 4 very good causes. -18,
Fabulous.
Joy Melbourne,
Fabulous.
the Also Foundation, and Gay Lesbian Switchboard, which really needs
What about Bent
a lot of
TV?
support. We couldn't do everybody. I'd like to do one separate one just for Bent TV, actually. I think
They
it's
are
role.
the 4 of those, -18, which we're behind 100% here on Bed TV. But the Gay Switchboard is such an important function.
Are you keeping any money for
in
yourself?
danger.
No.
That is in danger of losing it.
We may. I mean, we'll just keep expenses basically, but the whole idea is to promote awareness of these causes, and if we make anything, that's a bonus. But our focus is on the.
Isn't she nice doing that? That's lovely.
Well, I want to go to heaven when I die. I think
it's all about giving back.
So
Well, it is about
you
giving
get when
back.
you give back.
who else is in the show with you?
My co-star is the
you're a
wonderful
giver.
Peter Hurley. Peter Hurley is a lovely performer, and you've probably seen him around. He's doing There Are Bears in there at Chapel Off Chapel on Tuesday nights. Wonderful, very, very funny camp show. Peter is just the loveliest, bearish, snuggly man. Brilliant musician. He's my MD. Luke Gallagher is directing the show once again. So it's all the old favourites, and of course we've added some new things to the show. So people who've seen the show before don't think you'll be getting exactly the same show. And it's very exciting because we're actually in the big room at Chapel Off Chapel, so we've gone legit.
Fantastic.
Which is very exciting. I've even got a dressing room.
Goodness gracious.
I love a dressing room. It's
Right. So, well, we'll have, I hope.
And the run?
3 shows only, long weekend, January 26th, 27th and 28th.
Fantastic.
9 p.m. start.
Yep.
And you can book at Chapel Off Chapel by ringing 95223390.
And it's nice and cool in there. I was there the other day.
It's beautifully
lovely
cool,
and
and it's got that lovely stained glass window, which is just gorgeous. And we can all have a little prayer session after it, a little hallelujah chorus. I think we're getting some gospel singers, and just going the whole caboodle.
A bit of Whitney.
Fantastic.
Bit of Whitney. Bit of Whitney, yeah.
Well, we are going to be fortunate enough to have you do a bit of a number in the next segment.
I thought I might go and change into something a little bit more comfortable, and do a little bit of and actually this is a bit of a tribute to Tab, this song that I'm going to do.
Lovely.
So I really hope you enjoy it.
Baby, let me bang your butt.
All right. Bruce, thank you so much for coming in today.
Right, we've got some little pictures of a few things that go on there. We have a person comes along, draws us at work sometimes.
Do they?
I've seen some of his works in the public toilets, actually.
Now and also,
I think you've been the inspiration.
there's this whole thing on masturbation techniques.
I didn't realise there was so many.
Spanking the monkey is not as simple as it just is to be. You've got to have a technique now.
You've got to do the corkscrew.
The corkscrew, or the big U, or
the juicer.
Or the technique, the rainbow. My technique.
Well, do you like lubricant when you're masturbating? Or do you like to do a dry shake, like a dry bang?
We were discussing this before, weren't we, Paul?
He's got his legs crossed so tightly here.
Well,
he's masturbating.
I'm not going to take that question.
And Penny, can you come here? Some girls can come if they squeeze their legs really tightly together. Can you do that?
I love doing that.
Monique, can you do that?
Fabulous.
Mom, can you do it for me now?
She is.
All right. I'm going to try too.
Before we go totally over the top, and they can our show and not let it up. We are going to be leaving, and then we'll be coming back. Bruce is leaving us. Thank you, Bruce, once again for coming today. Miss Penelope is going to perform for us.
I'm going to perform, so I'm going to go and get changed.
Go and throw on a frock, and we'll be back shortly. Please help me, God.
There is life in the word.
Only takes a moment to feel alright. Get fresh.
Here we are, back again, but sadly a little bit depleted
You scared
now.
Tabatha off?
No, she got a filthy phone call and she's going off to do nasty things with some big hairy black person she met in the toilet block somewhere.
Lovely.
I can trash her now that she's not here. All right, we're here and it's a lot quieter and a lot more peaceful, and I've had my little centering thing after Tabatha upsetting me, and we've got no guests.
It's almost a bit like, a good way to, a good point for us to plug for new members, because you can see we obviously need them.
We knew
Come in, join us.
I'd like a new member. Has anyone got?
I've got this. I know this story that I saw today. Well, it's really, really sad. It's about this bear baiting that still goes on in Pakistan. What they do is they capture all these big, beautiful bears, as in the animal bears, and they take out all their claws, and then they actually take their teeth out as well. They tie them to a pole, like with a rope, and send two trained savage pit bull terriers on to attack it. And it can't defend itself because it's besides being chained, it's got no teeth or claws. And they just savage the hell out of it. And they get thousands and thousands. I think here it said they get a crowd of 3,000 people watching this. Now, besides the fact that I think it's cruel they go and do that to bear with taking the teeth out and the claws, how can anyone be entertained by seeing this defenceless, beautiful creature being attacked by two, what I would usually call beautiful creatures as well, but this is really sad. And it actually really sickens me to see this. I was devastated.
Yeah.
This is really awful, and I just think they should stop.
The show, haven't you?
Picture of
the
world that we live in.
But then you go into good news, and Guy Ritchie has loved being married to Madonna.
Please.
He's actually thinks she's a princess.
All right. With the season that is upon us at the moment, with Midsumma, we've got Red Raw coming out very soon. We've got various parties, Australia Day long weekend, all that sort of stuff. We really need to be vigilant about the things that we are popping into our mouths for the sake of fun. There's a lot of nasty shit out there on the streets at the moment that we all need to be really careful and really vigilant about. So if you are going to do drugs, not that we condone drug taking here on Bet TV, but if you are going to do it, please be safe and please know the people that you're getting the stuff from.
I saw some statistics somewhere about how much they've actually seized, today compared to this time already this year compared to this time last year. And it's just triple.
But I think what the real danger is the crack. It's not actually the ecstasy that people are taking, it's the other shit that is being sold as ecstasy and whatever. All right, flapping people everywhere, very quietly. We are going to have a performance from the one, the only, La Stupenda herself, Miss Penelope. Please take it away.
With his brand new cheekbones and his eyes pulled back and his stubble surgically removed, I went to see my brother and his significant other. The shock I got was rude. There was something special about his newfound partner, a blonde with teeth and tits too big. She had skin that was fair and a real vacant stare. Then she reached and adjusted her wig. Clang, clang, clang went the tranny. Ding, ding, ding went her brain. Pop, pop, pop went her implants. She took drugs so she didn't feel pain. Buzz, buzz, buzz went the cocaine. Ooh, and the E. Ring, ring, ring went her mobile. It's a dealer, he's selling her speed. I asked her name, she said Dulcie. She said, you going to TT's? I said, I'll see. She said, you love